Now those secrets and lies, they're starting to come out more and more, and now we're finally at the end. And the stuff that we're seeing Kristen do are things that someone would do if they did it. And we talking about dropping off Wendy, hell, even dropping off Alex. At the end of the day, we knew Kristen was hiding something, and now we're starting to see exactly what that was. We're going to talk about that in this video. I want you guys to stay tuned.
He blocks out everything. And I've always had to find my place. I've done awful, awful things.
Did you kill Wendy?
What's up, YouTube? It's your boy Mark Dark, and I'm back with another video. If you're new, if you love Reasonable Doubt, go ahead and hit that subscribe button, like the video, and leave your theories, comments, everything down below. Now today, we're going to be talking about Reasonable Doubt Season 3, Episode 9. This is the review for Episode 9. So down below, I want you guys to let me know, how did y'all feel about this episode? Very good episode. As I told you, this show, to me, it's like it's getting better and better and better. But man, the whole thing with Kristen is finally coming out. The secrets and lies, the truth about what really went down with Azie when he was a child. We're starting to get all those answers. And I believe in next week's episode, we're going to get more about Kristen's, character. Because they've been showing us these flashbacks and things of other people. But now it's time for us to see what she's been up to and what she did to maybe Alex and, of course, your girl, Wendy. Now, as I told you from day one, Kristen has always been my #1 pick from the very beginning of the season. And I just based it off when Jax was talking about Wendy and maybe Azie would be, convicted of murder. And when Jax said that, Kristen was very emotional in the way she was looking. I'm like, man, what if it's her? What if she did it? And then this is where, Azie introduced Kristen to Jax, letting her know, like, look, that's Kristen. That's my sister. So from that point, I had my eyes on her from day one. I was like, man, something's up with her. And it seems like her motive would be jealousy. We know Azie got all the attention. Everybody loved him. And Kristen, she had to find her way to fit in and be a part of all that, which was very difficult for her because her parents didn't really show her the attention that she felt like she deserved. So, of course, it made her do certain things. Maybe certain things to Wendy. Maybe certain things to Alex. Kristen is definitely up to something. And in next week's episode, we should get the 100% answer on what she really did. I mean, for you to try to run away, get rid of your cell phone, SIM card, and all that stuff, leaving letters for Daniel. I mean, her actions are telling us that she is guilty. But as I always told you guys, I would not be surprised if it is some type of twist within this whole story. You know what I'm saying? I just feel like it's going to be a twist. But down below, I want you guys to let me know, was Kristen one of your original choices? You know what I'm saying? Because y'all know they was trying to make it seem like it was other characters each and every week. But y'all know with shows like this, these mystery type shows, they wait to the very end to give us certain details. And that's exactly what they did when it came to Azie and his family. Certain details about him and his family were left out until the very end. They gave us a little bit at the beginning, but of course, we did not get the full story to now. And it's still a little bit more to tell. Now, let's go ahead and just begin this review. I will try to just focus on the key points. If I miss anything, you guys can let me know down below. So what did we see in episode 9 titled The Evils? Now in episode 9, we started out with Jax and your boy Azie. In Jax's head, all she can think about is what Azie's mom told her, and that is she believes Azie did it. So that's all Jax is thinking about. I mean, she's very stressed out. She needs Lewis to beat her back out, take that edge off, make her feel real good. And that's exactly what he did. We know Azie was hooking up with this young lady right here, clapping her cheeks, having a good old time. Now, the next day, we know Jax was in a good mood. We know Daniel, he ain't listening at all because he is trying to get in contact with Kristen, but she ain't talking to him. She ain't letting him know anything. Now, the whole game plan is to have Azie go on stand, and this is where we get this flashback of Azie and the things that he's been through growing up. Now, apparently 10 years ago, he had a dog named Old Dog. Apparently, the dog was fed too much candy or whatever. Luckily, the dog was okay. Now, the doctor told the mom, Rosie, like, look, the dog was fed entirely too much, candy, and when stuff like this happens, most of the time it means that the person that did this are having, some type of mental health issues. And basically he's assuming that Azie is the one that did this and painting this picture that Azie is this bad person, that Azie will harm his own pet. Now, Azie loved old dog, no Lorenz Tate, right? He loved that dog, but we know how crazy Azie be acting when we see him. I mean, he be going off. So it's like, man, this doctor may have a point, and Rosie ain't really seeing what he is seeing. But the thing is, Azie didn't do anything to old dog. He loved that damn dog. The real reason why that dog is messed up is because of who? Kristen. Because she revealed this at the end of the episode, talking about he loved that dog more than me, right? Now, shout out to whoever casted these actors. I mean, they on point. Azie, young Azie, I mean, he really could be Azie's brother. And then they knocked Rosie out the park as well. I mean, they're doing a very good job. Even young Monica, they killing it. Now we get to your boy Lewis, and I don't know about y'all, but if it was me, this guy right here, I don't even remember his damn name, but I'm gonna tell you right now, fake ass Ice-T would be fired, plain and simple. I don't give a damn about what you talking about. Your daughter and it. Look, I ain't got time for it. I'll be looking for a reason to fire you after you try to screw me over earlier on in the season. I ain't going. That's just me. You guys can let me know down below. But we know Lewis end up, helping him out, telling him, look, you got one more chance. If you mess up, if you're late doing something again, you're done for. That would have never happened with me because he would have been gone already. Word of the day for him would have been J-O-B. Looking boy. Now, we get to another flashback scene with young Monica. And you already know her freaky deaky self cannot wait to try to take advantage of Azie, touching all on him. But we can tell that Azie really was trying to resist her and the things that she was up to. And this affected him as well. She talking about he was gay and all this stuff because he wasn't really trying to mess with her. And the thing is, she was really turning him on. But deep down inside, he knew it was wrong. He knew she's grown and he's a child. So he had to stop. He had to stop doing it for at least right there. But Monica ends up leaving. Azie, he's all built up. He's, basically pleasing himself. This guy walks in, pisses Azie off. And the next thing we know, now Azie is spazzing out. He going crazy. And his mom has to go in and stop everything from going down. But these are some of the moments that she remembers. And it's making her believe like, man, maybe something was wrong with him. Maybe he did this. Maybe he did take out Wendy. Now he's having another session with Adam and they're talking about him having conduct disorder diagnosis. And basically the doctor didn't do anything about it, but just give him some medication. I believe they prescribed him with some Adderall and that was just it. Like, really? And this is what these doctors do nowadays. They give these kids all this medication and call it a day. They don't really show no concern for these kids. So it makes it difficult picking a doctor. And this is why it's so important to, find out who you sending your kids to. Now, also in this conversation, we know Azie was telling Adam that his mom believes that he poisoned the dog. And now she was the last person that had hope for him, right? But she sees him as a monster. That's what he's thinking. And it's very hard for him. He doesn't know what's worse. The person that he loves seeing him as a monster or not remembering if he killed Wendy or not. So once again, we're seeing that Azie definitely is not remembering everything that he has done, which could be very difficult in Azie's case as far as this whole thing with Wendy. Now, Adam does go to court to give her professional opinion. We know she's been having these weekly sessions with Azie, and she is talking about how he has arrested development, and she said he had conduct disorder, which he was diagnosed with when he was 13, right? Now, all these mental issues that Azie has is because of the stuff that he's been through growing up with people like Monica, the sicko, of course, his family, working him like a slave, not giving a damn about how he really feels, just giving him Adderall. I mean, he was going through a lot of trauma growing up. So this is why he behaves the way he's behaving. Now, even though he has these things going on with him, Adam did say throughout these weeks, he never presented anything that is showing her that he basically will cause any physical harm to her or anybody else. So this is what she believes. Now, Mike is going to come up there. He's going to use Azie's mental health issues against him, basically saying that he cannot control himself. I mean, he's assuming a lot of different things. Of course, he is told that Azie knows right from wrong. He knows that killing a person is not right. Like, come on. But Mike don't give a damn. I mean, I guess he's doing his job, but I wanted somebody to slap the taste out of his mouth. Like, really? But we know later on in the episode when Azie got on Stan, we know Mike felt bad. He knew deep down inside that Azie did not do it. Now, Crystal tells Jax that she doesn't believe that Azie killed Wendy because he is too dumb to do this. You know what I'm saying? Everything that went in to taking her out, somebody had to think about all this different stuff. And Azie, ain't no way in the hell he did that, because his whole life he had people doing everything for him. And this makes all the sense in the world. We know Bill Sterling did not want Azie to go on Stan, but Jax is like, hell nah, he needs to go on Stan. We need to get him up there. That way we can have the upper hand when it's all said and done. So the whole game plan is to prove that Azie could have never done this because he's not capable of doing it, because it's entirely too much just based on the things that he's been through, because he depends on people to take care of his business. Now Jax has a one-on-one conversation with Bill, and she's like, man, like, what's going on? Why are you questioning everything that I'm trying to do as far as this trial? And he's like, look, I'm just trying to do my job. I'm trying to make sure that we win at all costs. Basically, Bill is trying to make sure he get the victory because he was promised to make partner, and Jax pretty much calls him out on this. Like, really? So who told you that? Was it Steve or Vince? Who told you this? So at the end of the day, she is questioning him. She does not feel that he is loyal. He tells her that he is loyal to her, but we know they plotting and planning behind her back to make a deal with the firm, and eventually he will be exposed. But man, I mean, it's a lot going on. Your boy Bill got a major divorce going on right now, so he is very stressed out. He needs all the funds that he can get, and he's getting a lot of pressure from Steve and Vince, which Jax tells him, like, look, they ain't gonna do nothing but use you anyway. Like, really? Like, come on. Now Chelsea returns. This time she pops up on Lewis, letting him know that Eddie cannot be trusted at all, and Jax pretty much needs to stay away from him. She wants to have a conversation with her. So now Lewis, he's going to have to go back and talk to Jax about her sister. Most likely these two will have a conversation in the next upcoming episode, but we already knew that Eddie Kane Jr. could never be trusted. Now Daniel, he is looking for Kristen. He goes into a spot. He sees the notepad with her pretty much telling him that she is leaving. She is sorry and all this stuff. Talking about she hopes the truth come out and all this. Like, really? And then she says she doubt the truth is going to be enough. So we know your girl Kristen is up to something, and it's more story to tell when it comes to her character. And then we see her get rid of her SIM card, and she ignores Daniel's call, and she gets the hell up out of there. Now we get to court. Your boy Azie is about to go on Stan. The only person that shows up is his pops. I'm like, what the hell is going on? His mom couldn't even show up. Like, really? Now we get another flashback, and we see that his mom's is pretty much giving him Adderall, and she gives him even more than the norm. Like, damn, like, come on. Talking about you need to be focused and all this stuff. You got to film, and she needs him to be on point all day. This is the reason why Azie is the way he is now, craving Adderall, all messed up in the head. And it's very sad. Now Azie finally goes on the stand, and Jax's game plan to prove that he could never do this because of the way that he behaves is perfect. She's asking him questions about the gun. We know that he did end up getting a gun. They got that gun for the cabin, but apparently Azie has not shot that gun since he was 18, which was 70 years ago. And I believe he took classes or whatever because the mom wanted him to. She was asking him questions about, buying rope. And of course, he doesn't even know where to get rope from. He was talking about if he was to get rope, he would go to the rope store. So basically, she is trying to build up this narrative that Azie could never do this to Wendy because he cannot even do some of the most basic things because he's not the normal person. He was not the normal kid that went through some of the things that the majority of people go through. Know what I'm saying? So he depends on too many people to do a lot of things for him. Now Mike comes up there pretty much trying to say that Azie could have acted all this out, trying to make it seem like he didn't know what he was doing and all this stuff. But in reality, he did do it. I mean, he is an actor. He has a history of acting on the fly, having people do things for him, take up for him, right? His family, Monica. So he's pretty much trying to use that against him. And we know that Azie was high as hell that night. He could barely remember anything for real. And Mike is using that as well against him. Talking about, well, Alex testified and said you directed him to the cabin where Wendy was at. and maybe you were just too high to remember. And Azie said no, because Alex has only been to that cabin one time, and that was years ago. And there's no way that Azie could have directed Alex to go to that cabin again, because Azie doesn't even know how to get there his damn self. So your boy Mike up there looking stupid. He's looking real stupid. And yes, Azie is messed up in the head. And Azie even stated this in court. He said, look, I messed up. Because Mike was trying to say, like, well, you probably killed Wendy. Like, basically, use an animal. And Azie's like, well, yes, I messed up in the head, but that doesn't mean I did anything to Wendy. It does not mean that I'm a killer. And I'm going to tell you right now, your boy Mike, he took a major L in court. That's just me. Now we get to Bill Sterling, Vince, and Steve. And once again, they're putting that pressure on your boy Bill Sterling. This whole case with Jax. We know they need this win at all costs. It's a deal going on behind her back. And Bill Sterling wants to make sure he gets that victory. He needs the money with this whole divorce going on. And the game plan is to make him have, I guess, the closing argument. Now, we know Jax was not having that. They picked the wrong day. They picked the wrong person to go in there and be talking that mess to. Like, really? I mean, she has pretty much done all the work. I know Bill has done some things or whatever, but Jax's team, we talking about Daniel, he's put in a lot of work. We know Jax, she's helped him with therapy. She done had, Azie stay at her spot as well. Her pops talk to him. She's done so much for him, trying to, help him with this case, with his family, this trauma. And you want to sit up here and talk about Bill Sterling is going to have the closing arguments? Like, no, he is not about to take all the credit for all the stuff that she has done with this case in for this firm. Hell nah, it ain't happening. Of course, they pissed off, but it is what it is. Now we get to the closing arguments, and of course, Mike, he don't got really nothing to say for real that's going to stick with the jury, in my opinion. His stuff is really all assumptions. Meanwhile, Jax, she is talking all the facts. Let's just be honest. I mean, all the evidence is pointing that somebody else did this to Wendy. I mean, Jax did bring up the simple fact that it was a lot of robberies around the area. The evidence does not point at Azie as far as the gun being fired. No gun residue on his fingers. Even with Wendy's nails, there's no blood or DNA that points to Azie at all. The scratches on him, not from Wendy, based off the evidence. And we know Wendy died from most likely blunt force trauma to the head and not that gunshot that they was talking about. So for me, I believe the majority of the evidence is pointing at someone else and not your boy Azie. And then deliberations start. Now after that, we end up seeing Rosie. She goes up under the bed and she sees the letter that your boy Azie wrote about his dog, O-Dog. And he loved that dog. She understood by that alone that Azie did not do anything to the dog, and maybe it was someone else, right? We see the picture. We see Azie looking at the picture of his dog as well and his family. And then Rosie finally shows up. She apologizes to Azie for not showing up in court and not supporting him. She apologizes for being a bad mom and pretty much just screwing everything up. I mean, plain and simple. Not protecting her son for real from all the stuff that he been through, from the acting, overworking, all the damn drugs, freaky ass Monica. I mean, a lot was going on in his life, and she's finally taking accountability for her part in it. And she does tell him that she believes he did not do anything to the dog, and of course the whole thing with Wendy as well. So hopefully things can be better for the two in the future. Now Bill, he's on the phone. He gets news that his ex-wife wants more money with this whole divorce thing, so he is very upset about that. Jax, she comes in. She tells him that the verdict is finally in, so now we finally get to see the conclusion of all this in the next upcoming episode. And then at the end of the episode, we see somebody with a strap watching the trial on their phone, and it's your girl, Kristen. Of course, Daniel pops up. He tells her, like, look, screw the case, screw everything. I'm here for you. You know what I'm saying? I'm trying to make sure that you're good. If you want to tell me anything, let me know. I mean, what do you need? She starts to break down, talking about how Azie got all the attention. It was hard growing up because everybody pretty much loved him, and it was hard for her to, I guess, fit in, and how the parents showed him all the love and all this stuff. So we know what time it is. Maybe some jealousy things going on. She also talks about the dog and how Azie loved that dog more than her. So right there lets us know that most likely it was her that gave the dog, O-Dog, all that candy or whatever. And more things are just being revealed about her. She is breaking down, y'all. And then she tells Daniel that she's done some awful, awful things. So now Daniel was thinking like, man, so what did you do? And then he's like, did you kill Wendy? So this is where the episode cut off on. We're finally going to get the conclusion of this story. I told you day one, I believe it was always her. But the thing is, I still, for some reason, believe it's going to be some type of twist within the whole story. Now, do you guys believe after what we just saw that Kristen did this, as I told you earlier, based off the way that she is moving? Know what I'm saying? Getting rid of SIM cards, disappearing, even the stuff with Alex. I believe she dropped off Alex as well. That's just what I'm thinking. But the way that she is moving, she is, acting like somebody that did something, like she is guilty. She got the gun in her hand. She running from the looks of it, but she did tell Daniel in that letter that she hopes the truth comes out, but then she does not know if that's going to be enough. So what does that mean? So this is why I believe in next week's episode, we're going to get more intel on Kristen and some of the things that she went through while growing up with a very famous child star brother. So that's what we got to wait to see. Down below, I want you guys to let me know how you see it all playing out in next week's episode. We should get more details about the bloody sweater. How the hell did it get to Azie's spot? Did Kristen take it there? Because Monica got rid of it because she was trying to protect Azie at all costs because she has a fatal attraction with him. So it's some more details that should be revealed. Seems like Kristen maybe was trying to set her brother up from the looks of it, but then again, it's still some stuff we don't know. So I cannot wait to see how it's all going to play out. Now, while I was doing this recap, they actually released the news that we're going to be getting A Reasonable Doubt Season 4. It has been confirmed. We getting it, y'all. So once again, we're going to be back at it next year. So I cannot wait to see what's going to happen next in this whole story. Now, I will catch you guys for the what to expect for episode 10 in the next few days. For my Power fans, I will catch you guys later tonight for the quick thoughts, early impressions on Power Book 4 Season 3, Episode 1. It's about to get crazy. Your boy, Joseph Sikora, is very busy. And you know what I'm saying? He about to kill it in this final season of Power Book 4 Force. Now, I want to thank you guys once again for all the love, all the support. And I will catch y'all on the next one. But let me get up on out of here, man. It's your boy, Mark Dark. I'm out. Peace.